Today we're going to be discussing how to get started with writing. I have a lot of people come to me saying, I have all these fantastic ideas, I just don't know where to begin. So today we're going to be talking about how to get your ideas in order, get your focus, get it out of your head, down onto the page. I don't know where to start. This is one of the statements I hear most often from first-time writers, yet we are all storytellers. When someone asks, "How was your day?" and you tell them about an event, you can always pinpoint where the story starts. Example: I was just on my way home from work, minding my own business, when this guy ran out from the building in front of me. Now maybe your story starts in a boring place, but just keep on writing until something interesting happens. Now, cut everything from before that event. Fill in the mundane details as the exciting event unfolds. Example: I was running for my life from a mad gunman. What did I do to deserve this? I was just on my way home, minding my own business, etc. Now you've found the beginning of your story. How do I maintain my interest? One of the biggest challenges with writing a book is actually staying interested in the storyline long enough to finish writing it. Bear in mind that writing is always going to be a long and tiring process. When you've rewritten the same paragraph several times, your back is aching from sitting at a desk and your eyes are sore from staring at a screen, you're probably going to conclude that your paragraph reads like crap and writing is a useless waste of time. Don't hit the delete key. Walk away and come back to your story later. 9 times out of 10, you'll find that your story reads so much better once you've had a bit of rest and an attitude adjustment. Note: I shall be doing an entire video on how not to screw your back when writing. Am I skilled enough to write a book? Many people fear they're not smart enough to write a book, but the chances of me becoming a writer were pretty well non-existent. I left school early with a D in English, I'm dyslexic, and I couldn't spell to save my life. So if I can make a success of it, anyone can. What I did have was imagination. As with any talent, it takes time to hone your craft, to find your style and what genre suits you best. But if you never start, you'll never progress. Don't write for the fame or for the money. The only reason to do anything is for the sheer joy it brings you. If storytelling doesn't bring you joy, then maybe writing is not your creative thing. I write because if I didn't, I'd go crazy. I have to know how my story is going to end. What if I think it's a stupid idea? I've had many things happen in tales that I thought were a bit far-fetched, but you shouldn't judge an idea until you find out where it leads. The premise of a woman being mysteriously transported back to the Dark Age seemed rather out there at the time I started my story. I had no idea that a Celtic Time Lord was going to make an appearance a few chapters down the road, and with the Merlin came a plausible means for my heroine to have been transported through time. But I never would have discovered the explanation if I hadn't followed through on my far-fetched premise. It's actually kind of fun to make up extreme scenarios and then figure out how the hell you're going to explain it. In my experience, the more weird, the more wonderful, and the more unique. Still, it all seems to get worked out on the journey, and once all the questions are answered, you have a book. I've also used ideas that I know have been done before, but given a different twist, they do take on a life of their own and usually outgrow the original idea. Still, if you really think your idea is stupid, then ask yourself why. Can you alter the premise somehow to make it more feasible? Also, don't fall into the trap of trying to write what you suspect others might want to read. I've only ever written for my own pleasure, and in my experience, I have found that if I'm enjoying and learning from what I'm writing, my readers are too. So be sure that you're not allowing the fear of someone else thinking your idea is stupid stop you from exploring your premise further. Write about what excites and interests you, and you can't go wrong. Research is also a key tool for inspiring ideas. Getting a feel for your era, locations, and in some cases your characters, if they are inspired by real people, historic or contemporary. I find it very helpful to keep a notebook by me at all times and handwrite notes. Or if you're working on a computer and think of something, just quickly type out a dot point at the bottom of the page. When you get enough dot points, sort through them, put them into a suspected sequence of events. Use this as a reference, as it's always good to know where you're headed next. Knowing your characters and their history is of utmost importance, so much so that I shall dedicate an entire video to getting into character, including a list of questions that you can ask them to get to know them better. For more about characters, research, and putting together a soundtrack and how this can help throughout the writing process, see the next video, Writer's Block, 5 Ways to Overcome It. I hope you found this video helpful. If you would like this video as a PDF in blog form, it's available from my Patreon page, which is Tracy Harding at Patreon. If you'd like to book a private mentoring session with me where we can discuss your personal projects, you can book that at allthingstracy.com.au and you'll find it under special items. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe, and that will help me create more content for this channel. So until next time, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again. Bye.